We've got one here from Screen Factory. This is either, you'll have to forgive me on the pronunciation here, it's either Centigrade or Centigrade. Now, I like to think that it's Centigrade, although it could be grade, and it could not be as fancy as I'm trying to say it is. But basically, the plot here, it's one of these you're going to have to bear with. It's one of those where a woman and her husband are out traveling, they get trapped in a snowstorm, and they can't go anywhere. And basically, it's a matter of survival of how long they can last until the snow melts or somebody comes along and finds them. Very much in the vein of, was it Deep Water? Is it Deep Water or Dark Water or whatever it is? The old movie where they're like trapped in the ocean and the sharks are there, and those type of movies where everything takes place in one location and you're just watching a slow descent into these people's lives as it gets worse and worse, and you're just trying to figure out if anything good's going to happen, if they're going to get out of it or not. My big complaint about this one is it just takes so long, really, for anything of significance to happen for the most part. It's very dull in some parts to me. Like, there's some very bad things that happen and some horrific type things that happen, and the fact that she's pregnant plays into a part of it, and the fact that they don't really get along that well sometimes, get along with, kind of plays a part in it. And it's one of those that you just got to have patience with, but at the same time, I'm not necessarily sure it's my kind of movie. I'm not sure I'm equipped to actually have the proper patience to enjoy this for what it is. It's basically a one watch for me, and I'll probably never watch it anymore. But if you're into those type of movies, you can get a good solid watch out of it. Just don't expect nothing too great out of it. Now, this, of course, is based on a true story. It says special features the audio descriptive track, which I'm guessing that's kind of like for blind people, maybe, where it just kind of tells you, like, this woman sits in a car, stove falls heavily outside type of thing. I don't know. I've seen that on some old Universal DVDs. But, of course, like I said, this is Screen factory in association with IFC Midnight. Been a while since I sent one of these out for the old reviewers to get a watch out of. But, another thing is I don't really like the characters in this, and that kind of plays a big factor into it. If you can't get behind the characters and really want to see them survive, then something like this is just completely lost upon the viewer. And because of that, it's a 2 out of 5. So, not really going to recommend it. But I collect Scream Factory titles, so therefore I'm honored just to have it. But this is probably out now. It's unrated. Scream Factory IFC. Centigrade. Or Centigrade. Nonetheless, a disaster type thing. But wasn't for me.